Joining me now, commentator and professor at Johns Hopkins University, Wendy Osefo. All right, Wendy, I'm not very politically correct, so please do me a favor. Explain why I, as a white male, can't dress up as any other culture.
Well, you know, there's so many layers to it, and I think that that's what that student said that was so beautiful. We cannot use someone's culture as a costume. It doesn't make any sense. When we look at Halloween and the roots of Halloween, it was made to, you know, be a time of quote-unquote celebration before All Saints Day, which is the next day. And so on Halloween, we're supposed to dress up as ghouls, vampires, you know, all of that good stuff. But I think it's okay for us to stay away from culture a little bit because it's offensive.
Okay, so tell me in very simple terms.
Sure.
Why I, on Halloween, the day you wear costumes to have fun and celebrate, can't wear a sombrero.
Because you are then making someone's culture, because there are people who a sombrero is reflective of their culture, you are turning someone's culture into a caricature, and that is offensive.
Who does it offend? Do you know any Mexican or Mexican Americans that tell you that they're offended when people wear sombreros on Halloween?
Absolutely.
You've heard them say that.
They have said that. You have universities, you know, that have reached out and giving their students memos and said, you know what, before Halloween, let us have this conversation. You cannot wear a sombrero. You cannot dress up as a geisha. You cannot do anything that falls in the line of cultural appropriation because it's offensive to your fellow man on this campus. So you can't do that, you know.
So could a Mexican American dress up like a white guy like me?
Well, you know, that when we're talking about culture, let's not talk about race because those are two different things. Culture is not the same thing as race,
fine.
and that's
so
what you're trying to do.
could a Mexican American dress up as a pilgrim?
Well, a pilgrim, that's a culture, right? Like, that's offensive. You cannot do that.
So it would offend the pilgrims?
Well, Jesse, you and I both know that there really aren't any people who claim to be pilgrims right now, but there are people who claim to be Mexican,
well,
and that's the
there's
difference.
descendants of pilgrims.
Yes, and if they're offended, then by all means they should say that. I am Nigerian, so I'm speaking from also a place where if someone dresses up in, let's say, my cultural garb, which includes a head tie and the clothes, I will be offended because that's my everyday culture.
I just want to find out what the guidelines are. Real quick, one last question.
Sure.
If I wanted to dress up as Colin Kaepernick, could I throw a jersey on and wear an afro and get down on one knee when I went trick-or-treating?
No, you cannot do that.
No.
No.
Why not?
Because that actually is multi-layered. Not only is that an issue of you, a Caucasian gentleman wearing an afro, right? But that's also an issue of the social implications of it. We all know that there has been a lot of firestorm and backlash when it comes to Colin Kaepernick and taking the knee.
Wow.
So then again, it has issues there.
Wendy, I am so glad you told me. And now I know what not to dress up for as Halloween, and this has been enlightening. I'm still a little confused, but I'm going to listen to all of your advice and just play it safe, okay?
Thank you, Jesse. Happy Halloween.
All right, happy Halloween.